Okay, hello, everyone. Hello. It looks all right. Does that look all right? Hello, everyone. I don't know why I got these earphones on. Hold on. Can you hear me? Can you see me? 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 I got the new camera system here. Is this all right? Let's see if this is all right. How is that? I think that's all right. Or maybe I should go this way. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lewis Schaffer Uncooked. Sorry for the late start. It's a Sunday. I don't feel like it today. I was watching the Lewis Schaffer Comedy Unleashed. I am like brilliantly funny at moments, and other moments not funny at all. I think I'm a comedy genius at moments, and other moments not at all. Anyway, hello, Alex. Hello, Claire. Hello, Claire. Hello, Scott. Hello. This is it. That's everybody who's here. Alex, you really picked on that Long Island woman and her husband. I did. Well, you know what? I got some skills. And I have, and I can't make a decision. That's what this whole thing is about. I can't make a decision. You need to be able. Most stand-ups, they know what they're going to say. They've told the jokes a million times. I mean, I I don't know if I've told the jokes a million times. Okay. Oh, happy birthday, Elite Elixir, Scott. He's going to be 53. So young, so young. Anyway, so young. I'm a comedy genius at times, and at times I'm not a comedy genius. I don't know what I am, but some people are not going to like it, and some people think, "Oh my God, this is amazing," And that's what whole live, this whole live stream is about. It's me being me and hoping you like me. And if you don't like me, then I'm screwed. But maybe I could change. First, you try to get people to like you the way you are, and if that doesn't work, lie, lie. Remember, it's an act. It's like, what is your act? It's not an act. It isn't an act. You've seen it. You've seen enough of me, haven't you? Seen enough of me to know, is this an act? Is this an act? Anyway, so I hope I hope this is all. I'm really worried. More people support the Palestinians in America than they support Israel. That's not a good thing. I don't think. Is that a good thing? I don't think that's a. I don't think that's a good thing. I'm just doing the wires here. I'm doing the wires here. I thought it was funny. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I'm looking at it, and you can't tell whether I'm insulting the husband or the wife. I don't usually insult women on the shows. I don't. You can't insult women. They're too sensitive. That's what makes them more fun because they're so effing sensitive. That's the definition of comedy is when someone possibly can get offended. I don't know whether that's the right thing. And it's Claire's birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday to Claire. I was going to say happy birthday to Claire. You know who else's birthday is? It's Chinese Elvis's. It's Chinese Elvis's birthday tomorrow as well. And he was here and we recorded one of the shows. Uh, the show for tomorrow. We recorded it a bit early. I mean, normally because I'm not going to be here. Because I'm doing a uh oh. We're going to record it tomorrow. Not normally we record it the day of, but tomorrow I'm going filming. I'm going filming. I press the button to take away the screen, and but I did that before. Do you remember when I did that before? I think. I mean, I'd like to. You insult us constantly, but I never insult a woman to her. I insult women as a group, but I would never insult a woman to her face, because all a woman has to say is, "That's true. We are horrible." New virus detected comes from pangolin, 100% fatality in humans. Apparently, the Chinese have found it. Um, I don't, number one, I don't believe in viruses. I don't even know what a pangolin is. Number two, you cannot trust anything that the Chinese Communist Party comes up with. I mean, it's a country that's lost its moral background. I share my birthday with Chelvis. Yes, you do. Chelvis would not be receiving a card from me, says Keith Bexley. I mean, he listened to what I said. I mean, maybe he was tired because he was playing tennis. He's a tennis. He's a whatever they call that, a club tennis guy. He's really getting into it. I say it's 100% BS, says Claire to ICU. I agree with that. It sounds like 100% BS. It's just trying to put people into a panic, put their own people into a panic. A pangolin is an anteater with an armored shell. Yeah, it looks very scary, very primitive-ish. And that's the kind of animal that would scare us. Is that what we're they want to scare us. That's what they want to create a level of fear, and then they say, well, we have the solution to the fear, or we're working on the solution to the fear, basically. Hold on a sec. How come this is not working here? Um, don't move for a second. I'm just making this a bit better this way. Um, yeah, Chelvis thinks we are rubbish and acolytes. Well, I hope you are acolytes, but I hope you're quality acolytes. I mean, an acolyte. We looked up at the definition of it. Somebody who helps out at the religious ceremonies of the priest. I'd like to be the priest. I mean, not completely. I wouldn't be. So Andrew Rubens wishes Chinese Elvis many happy returns. Happy birthday. Tomorrow we will do a show, but it's going to be a later show. It's not going to be an early show. I'm scheduled to record tomorrow. Look what they did with the scandemic bats in Germany factories. It's literally fake. The Chinese always say stuff like this. Bird flu. It's all BS, says Claire. I agree with you. It's all BS. You cannot believe. I don't believe in viruses. I don't believe in vaccines. Rusty Brown is here. RBRD, RBRD. Our many happy returns are meaningless as there is no love. And hi, Andy. Uh, it doesn't hurt to be loving to even people you don't love. We're in a state of. I hope this war pans out. That's what I hope. I hope it pans out. I was talking about the Iranian situation. I don't feel great today. I'm a bit fragmented. I've not had high carbs today. I haven't processed what I've eaten. But I woke up today. Remember, I was 75.9 and now I'm 77. I've gained basically a kilo and a half because I had the marshmallows and I had the baked potato. Who knows? I mean, I could tell you what I had yesterday, but I don't remember what it is. I remember what it is. I see you. So what does it mean? Daz is here. Hey, Daz. Good to see you again. Um, What do you mean by I see you? What? How does that concern you? You're not buying it either. That's what she says. Okay, she's not buying it. But this is, you got to be prepared when they tell these lies to go. You know what? I don't believe you. I think you're a lie. And not only do I not believe you, I think you're wrong. A step further away. I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong. You've done this to us before, and you can go F yourselves. I think maybe that's too nasty. I think that's what we need to do. So, I mean, it's just, um, I mean, it's just very, um, I'm just checking on on what's in the news. I should have done this 5 minutes before, but um, the slightest change throws me for a loop. They attacked Tehran raises red flag of revenge. Well, that's what they believe. They believe in revenge. Three dead. They attacked Dubai. I don't know why they attacked. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to attack Dubai. Iran's suicide drone bombard in the Middle East claims more lives. Maybe this is to whip up their local people. Three civilians have been killed in Dubai as Iran's missile and suicide drone bombard in the Middle East with continues. Louisa Zisman says her children was forced to retreat from Dubai on the way to the park as Love Island stars and influences detail scariest night of their lives. Okay, oil tanker burst into flames after being hit by Iranian drones as markets brace for I mean, this is definitely going to happen. Terrifying security breach spotted in Trump's Situation Room as ICE maiden Susie Wiles faces blowback. What did she? I should have read about that. I don't know what happened with Susie Wiles. Kelly Osbourne criticizes cruel and dehumanizing trolls after Brit's appearance, as she says she is going through the hardest time of her life. Kelly Osbourne. Oh my God, she looks horrible. She looks horrible. Allowing non British citizens to vote in the UK poses a grave risk to our democracy. Yes, you should only be a citizen to vote. I mean, why just let anybody come into the country? They don't own the country. They haven't invested in the country. And I'll say I haven't, though. I don't own the country. And I have invested. The royals' revolting greed and entitlement, gross expenses claimed. Well, they're I don't, if you want to have a royal family, that's what you're going to have. You're going to have that. Had a weird as the delivery driver yesterday, a bit too friendly, laugh out loud. Was that a true story or was it not a true story, Joe? Sunni and Shia lines. Yeah, they hate each other. They hate each other. So I was watching Joe Rogan video and there was a man explaining to Rogan that the reason skeletons from the past had such good teeth with zero cavities was due to not eating carbs and sugar. Oh, look at that. Look at that. How did I stumble on that? Yes, yeah. What do you think? I'm the only person saying this? They didn't eat carbs and sugar. No other animal's teeth rot like humans do because we eat carbs, sugars, starches. That's what we eat, Rusty. Here you go. I've heard nothing more from the as stalker as the driver. So all good. Okay. It's all good. It's all good. Um, yeah, I've been saying that for years about foreigners voting. And we need to reduce MPs down to 50. I don't know about 50. Well, the system you have here is you need to have a choice of people to be executives and legislators. Mum is here. Hello, Mum. Welcome back, Mum. Welcome back, Mum. Reform have come out with that today, yet they have a Bangladeshi candidate standing for them in a by-election, says Andrew Rubin. Yeah, yeah, I mean, really, yeah, we need someone who's going to, yeah. I mean, if you're born in the country and you are a British citizen, and maybe you should be asked to give up your citizenship in other countries. Why should you have citizenship in two countries? What do you think about that? I'm Joe's best stalker. I'm just better at hiding, says Alan Williams. That's quite funny. Yeah, how can reform have a Bangladesh? Because they're trying to prove they're not racist. But that concept of race, once you buy into them, you're giving them power. You're giving our enemies power to fight you and say what's in your brain is bad. And that's what the concept of racism does. My best mate said today I would have felt differently if he'd been fit. Do you say fur or fit? I'm shallow. Yes. Yeah, you would have been. Yeah, of course. Yeah, if someone's good looking, you'll put up with anything. So I'm with you, Joe. He he wasn't was he not fit? Some of the people from Reform have either Muslims or Tories. I wouldn't vote for them if you paid me. Yeah, well, a lot of people are being paid to vote for these people, you know. I love a hiding stalker, Alan Williams. The polls show, according to Rusty Brown Ring Donut, the polls show that if there was a general election tomorrow, that Farage would be prime minister, but due to first past the post, I think it would be a hung parliament. How would explain how that works? How does that work? The polls show that if there was a general election tomorrow, that Farage would be prime minister. But during first past the post, I think there would be a hung parliament. What does that mean? He's not getting a majority of the seats? Is that what you're saying, Rusty Brown? My dog's got better teeth than me, Daz says. I'd love to have his teeth and his sex life, says Daz. Yeah. Well, stop eating carbs. I mean, I stopped eating carbs, and then now lately I've been eating carbs. The last couple of I've been horrible about it. It's so hard to not. I mean, I went to the shop today and I almost bought oranges. I almost bought it, but I thought, you know what? If I buy 5 oranges, I'm going to have 4 of them tonight. And then I thought to myself, you know what? I'll buy a tasty samosa. And then I thought, well, if I eat the tasty samosa, it's going to make me want to eat 2 tasty samosas. Yeah, that's a joke. I don't want his teeth. Why not his teeth? A carb, say I see you. His teeth would be good for humans because dogs can eat. Dogs can eat all different kinds of food. No, carbs, no. There you go. I see you is my friend. I see you. Carbs, no. Don't eat carbs. Based on vote, this is what Rusty Brown says. Based on vote, he would have more votes but less seats. The last time they got 5 seats, the Lib Dems got about 45, despite the fact that Reform got more votes than them. Well, that's the way it works in this country with parliamentary representation. Step away from the carb. Yes, a warning, 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 Claire says to me. I agree with that. And I did. I went to the shop, I bought some milk, which actually is pretty high and whatever. And I didn't buy any. I bought milk and cheese, and I walked out of the shop. Well, I take Farage over the TNUC currently. Have a wide day of the week. Have a what? Even though I don't always agree with him. Well, I take Farage over the CUNT we currently have. Oh, Starmer. Yeah. Well, yeah. But yeah, I would too. I'm going to get a blood orange tomorrow. Why? And make a glaze, as I've seen on John Martin. I don't know who John Martin is, but that's good. Um, that's good. I'm proud of you, Lewis. That's brilliant. Thank you, Claire. If Parliament had proportional representation, Reform would have 95 seats in this election. But it would be run differently. You wouldn't have your local representative. But then again, they can like they've done in America. They can gerrymander the seats so that like in some places like Virginia or Georgia, they make it so a Republican can't win. Maybe not Georgia, but in some of these places, they just you know even if let's say there are 10 seats and the one party supports 51% and the other's 49%, the party with 49% cannot hold one of the 10 seats. That's not good. That's not good. What do we do today? Oh, what did we do today for fun? Let me just say this. I've got to wake up around 3 o'clock in the morning, which means I don't go to sleep until 5. So what do I do? What do you do when and the pills that I was taking, which is these, generation 1 antihistamines, they don't quite work as well as I'd like them to work. There are so many different forms of proportional representation. It's utterly confusing. Yeah, there's lots of different ways. Andrew, in the U.S., what is the purpose of the Electoral College? I always hear people like Ben Shapiro mention it, but I have no idea how it works. The way it works is that it gives the states control. Because the states joined. It's not like the people formed America, but it's the states. So I think the states then say, we're giving. Do they vote? I'm not even sure. I know now. Oh my God, I've lost my mind. Let me look over here. Let's look over here what it means, the Electoral College. Electoral College only works on the federal election. What is good about the Electoral College? Founding Fathers is a compromise between selecting the president by Congress or having the president elected by the people. It was designed to balance the interest of large and small states, giving each state a say in who becomes president. Yeah, okay, there you go. That's the answer to the question. The distribution of electors among the states is based on population. Each state is allocated a certain number of electors equal to the number of members of Congress. For example, California has 55 electoral votes because it has 53 representatives and 2 senators. Wyoming has 3 electoral votes because it has 1 representative and 2 senators. So it's giving Wyoming just a slight, not an edge, a slight extra. To win the election, a candidate must receive a majority of electoral votes. Okay, votes 50% plus 1 vote. Currently, to win the Electoral College, the candidate must receive 270 votes. The benefit there is that you have to have at least 50% of the vote. What is the benefit of the Electoral College, producer? Okay, if no candidate receives the majority of the votes, the House of Representatives decides the president, and the Senate decides the vice president, with each state delegation casting 1 vote. 1 vote. Okay, there you go. It protects against mob rule. The founding fathers had a healthy fear of mob rule. Healthy, yes, mob rule. The Electoral College ensures that the presidential election outcomes does not depend solely on populous regions, but rather on all states being given equal weight in the electoral process. This prevents a large population from dominating the election results and disregarding the votes of people in smaller, less populated states. Okay. The Electoral College encourages candidates to campaign for the entire nation rather than just for major population centers. Without the Electoral College, candidates would be incentivized to focus solely on regions with large populations, leaving other parts of the country without meaningful representation. Overall, the Electoral College ensures that all citizens have a say in the outcome of presidential elections. It ensures that the voices of small states, urban and rural areas, and citizens of all backgrounds are heard. And when it comes to elect a president, it's one of the most important aspects of our democracy, and it guarantees everyone's vote matters. I'm not sure I believe that really. Loads celebrating in London after the Ayatollah's death. Supposedly 80% of the people wanted him gone. Without the Electoral College, Lucy Van Pelt, without the Electoral College, every election would be decided in California and New York. Yes. I mean, why? Why would they be decided then? They'd still be one man, one vote. Like, let's say you didn't have an electoral college. Let's say the president was just chosen by majority rule of who's gotten the most votes. I mean, does the electoral college has a slight? I don't know. I'm not even sure I understand that. I'm supposed to understand it. Oh my God, I'm gonna start crying. I'm supposed to know what's going on. Iran are trying to mobilize the cult members, saying the attack on them is an attack on all Muslims. Um, could be. Could be an attack on all Muslims. Well, hello, Lucy Van Pelt. That's right. Joe is saying hi. I mean, let's say you didn't have an electoral college. I mean, it does affect a certain number of elections, but it only sways it by a small percentage. By a small percentage. Like if you've got 10% more, or that maybe 10% more vote, the electoral college couldn't change a thing. Let me see what this means here. I mean, it's let's see what this means. How has the electoral college affected elections? Okay. It's uh a candidate can win the popular vote but lose, like in 2000. I guess that was George Bush, and 2016, that was Donald Trump. Small state representation. The system ensures that smallest populous states still have a voice, as each state receives at least. But each state, let's say there was no electoral college at all. Let's say there wasn't this, a vote would still matter. I mean, obviously, the total votes in Wyoming is not going to matter as much as the total votes in California. Campaigns focus on building a coalition of states to reach 260 votes. Right, that's because there's but let's say there isn't an electoral college. Um, let's see what the BBC says. Not that we can believe the BBC. I can't trust the BBC, so I'm not going to read what the BBC has to say. If they want me to read what they have to say, um, um, uh, in Futurama, they have a world government, but said government is situated in Washington and the registered voters have to live in North America to vote. Basically, U.S. rules the world. Well, maybe we do. Maybe we do. I mean, isn't Futurama like supposed to be comedy? But maybe it is true. Does America rule the world? I'm not sure what's going on anymore. Vestinor. Have you been here before, Vestinor? And if you haven't, hello, Vestinor. Everybody welcome Vestinor. No, not the BBC. I'm not going to read the BBC. Farage is bringing legal action and an investigation into the results of the Denton by-election. There was once again massive voter fraud by Muslims in the poll stations. I could believe that, Warmelian. I could believe that. Well, you go, Farage. That's what needs to be done. We need to bring legal action. And we need to expose what they're doing there. It's almost like when you import third world, the fraudulent election systems follow, says Warmelian. Exactly right. A new atoll has been put in place. I guess he picked out the shortest straw. I give him 72 hours, maybe. I mean, do you think there's going to be the new guy is going to be any different than the old guy? No, he's just going to have a slightly new face, or maybe they all look alike. The legal drinking age in the U.S. is 21. What was a 16-year-old doing at a party drinking if she wasn't 21? And in the photo next to Prince Andrew, she looks at least 25. What is that? Is that a picture from today? Everybody say hello to Vestinor. What is that in reference to, Rusty? Put it this way, Lewis. Why should a state where the majority of the population are Republican supporters have to live under democratic rule because some Democratic majority states have a much larger population? Because even if you have an electoral college, it's not going to prevent that from happening. It's not going to prevent that from happening. It's going to prevent it from happening by a very small percentage amount of the time. Reform putting a Bangladeshi candidate for election in May. That's really bad. I think that's bad. Unless they were born in this country. And even then, I'm not so sure. No, I watched a comeback video of yours last night, and here I am. Don't know the algorithms. Well, welcome to the thing. Welcome. Did I look handsome up there? You're somebody who's new to me, but thank you very much. I'm glad you saw that. Farage can do that, but nothing will happen. The fluffy, cuddly greens are the new Muslim party. It's meant to be. Yes, there's going to be a party for Muslims because they're a very political group. I laughed and gave you the thumbs up. Well, there you go. Everybody say thank you. Yeah, he means democracy. He means no, not democracy. He means Democrats. I'm pretty assume I see you. No, it's the picture from 2002. I think it's the lady he had sex with, but due to the state he was in, it was illegal. Some states it's 16, some 18, it's 17 in one state. No, it's the picture from 2002 with a lady that he had sex with. Is that you mean Virginia Gouffre, or is there somebody else that he had sex with? He didn't have sex with that many for somebody who's being blamed. It literally has prevented it from happening. No, it hasn't. There are many, many, many states that voted Democrat that have a Republican president at times, and many states that have a Republican, but that that have a Democratic government. The more I look into the Andrew case, the more I am defending him. I don't like him, but I don't know what he did that was that. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm saying it. At 17, she was old enough to know what she was doing. She was a greedy cow, says Janet. I mean, that's Virginia Gouffre. Yeah. I mean, it's illegal in America, but was it illegal? Is it illegal for her to be flown over to Britain? In America, that's not legal, but for her to have sex in Britain, it's legal, I think. I'm pretty sure. So funny that they think Reform are going to deport anyone who's a Muslim when Farage's party is full of them. I don't think. Yeah, I mean, they kicked out all the Jews twice in this country, and they've kicked out the Catholics too in this country. You're looking more tan today. I think it's because of the black shirt, because it's the light. Could it be the light? Could be the light. Let me turn the light. I mean, I went last week. I've done three sunbeds. Yeah. I mean, I would say too. I mean, it's still not right thing. You don't pay a 17-year-old for prostitution. That's wrong. I believe even Lewis Schaffer, who's a creepy, cozy little live stream. You give your peeps attention. Very nice. Well, I mean, I can do that because there aren't that many of us. Wait till I get millions. Wait till you leave and you say, I just found Lewis Schaffer's live stream and I like him. I mean, that doesn't really happen as often as I'd like it to happen, but didn't like how David Bull BS was talking about Matt Goodwin. Who is David BS talking? Wasn't there something about take this photograph to show to my mom? I met a prince. Yeah, I mean, we don't see them in bed. Do we see them in bed? Andrew didn't pay anybody either. That's what Janet says. He was set up by Andrew. Yes, it's the same unpreparedness and audience participation you saw in the Comedy Unleashed gig, Ventinor, says Kermit. It is. I don't know how to be prepared for this. I don't know what to say. I don't think I'm that interesting that I'm just going to sit here and just talk to people and drone on and drone on. And when I go back to doing comedy and I have joke after joke, maybe I won't do this, but joke after joke after joke. And then I could talk for 45 minutes. But even back in the day, it makes it seem like I'm talking to people. But I'm not talking to people. I'm not talking. I'm not interested in what people have to say, Warmelian. You know that. I'm under no illusion about Farage, says Warmelian to Claire. He's just the leader of the New Conservatives, slightly less leftist than the Conservatives. I will be voting low and am already a member of Restore. This is what Warmelian says. Yeah. Claire says they did a job, got loads of money. Nobody trafficked anyone anywhere. People do this kind of thing every day. I know from personal experience. Friends, not actually mine. You could say, yeah, if someone paid me money to have sex with somebody, I probably would do it. And you know what I mean? And I've had lots of women say this to me. I'm not going to mention any names, but they said, oh my God, you got paid £300 for this. And I think people do this. Aren't we just arguing about the money? Stay safe, says Peter Glynn, and subscribe to Lewis Schaffer. Yes, stay safe. Sex work is legal in the U.S. on the condition that you stick a camera in the corner of the room and film yourself doing it. Yes, they're saying porn is legal. Porn is legal. But to do it if you're a poor person for a little bit of extra money, that's illegal. You're right. That's an inconsistency, Rusty Brown. An inconsistency. Restore membership is picking up steam. I mean, maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be good. I hate to have to repeat myself, but the Lewis Schaffer Uncooked show is not a comedy show. It's an experience. I'll take an experience if that's what it'll take. I don't try to make it an experience. I don't sit there and say, "Let's be shocking. Let's be." I don't. But I will. I'd rather it just be funny. But I just can't do that. I'm not. I'm not funny anymore. I'm just mental. You're telling me now, or be Rusty. You're telling me now, says Keith Bexley, that you've got to stick a camera in the thing. You just can't pay people. I joined Advance UK. Restore and Low are great. Well, you're in Advance and Restore. How are they? Are they in any way combined? Advance and Restore. Are they meeting to become, you know, the same team? Claire, that's what I'd like to know. I, Lucy, let's figure out this thing about because I have not thought about the whatchamacallit. Remember, you can't change. Oh my God, she's from Shetlands and play the fiddle. I also write songs and play the guitar. Okay, well there we go. You're one of the top creative people on the stream, Vestanor. So thank you very much. Shetlands is the island north of the Orkneys. And do you consider yourself Scotland? No, you probably don't. That advanced guy said Nana from GB News is English. Huh. I mean, that's another difficult question. Can you become English? If you become British, that means you don't be, you, that means that England is losing its population. If somebody comes in and moves in, are my kids English? Their mother is Scottish and their father's an American, but they were born here. I'd like them to believe that they're English. Restore and Advance have said they would help each other. But what about like being part of each other? What about join each other? I mean, I'm Scottish when I drink scotch. Are you a Scotsman, Vestador? My wife is Scottish, so this could be a difficult subject. I want to. What do we know about like that question that I asked before is what elections were won by the Electoral College? Okay, let's see what it says. Where is the list? Um, like Joe Biden. Joe Biden. I don't really understand. I was born in a birthing pool, so I guess it makes me a fish, says Daz. Okay, that's funny. Peter Gwynn says, Pity Glenn. Glenn is a name, is Irish, yet I was born here in the England. And only 25% Englander. That's so common. But you know what? A lot of those Irish people are not Irish either. They're like a lot of English, Irish, Celt, Cornish. They're the same as English people. That's what I saw. I saw the results. I love Nana, says Claire. She was privately educated. She's witty, sharp, and I would love to have her as a friend. You would, because you're both super skinny and beautiful. English by birth, not heritage. Well, what do you mean, not heritage? What about what does that mean? I partly agree with Benjamin Button, the GB News guy, that Rupert Lowe says all these things, but doesn't say how he's going to achieve it, as the UK is basically run by judges. Yes, that is true. That is true. And Biden is Germanic, but he's an American. That's why, that's what makes America great, And so is Donald Trump. A lot of candidates are, and Kennedy was Irish, but he's still an American, So, I mean, I'm trying to figure out this thing about. I mean, it's the Electoral College. Um, like Hillary Clinton won the largest amount of votes, but she didn't get. But it was only like by 2 to 4% or something. It wasn't very many votes. It wasn't because it's not about the votes in America. The reason why people want the Electoral College gone because Hillary would have been president of the United States by 4%. But that's like the invasion number. That's like the number of people who've been invaded, who invaded in the country, and that so you it's like it's an extra little bit of a margin. They're basically, in order to get the states to join, because it's a federal republic, they had to give the states a little bonus. A bonus. None is never going to be deported. And there will be a majority who would stop anyone who tried. Ahmed, who overstayed his visa 5 years ago, will be, and and everyone will help. Yes, you shouldn't kick people out of the country born in the country. That's wrong. Agreed at some point, Andrew says. The right will have to leave the egos at the front door and unite. As Rupert grows, I think Farage will step aside in reform, and the remaining crew will unite with Restore. That's a possibility. Rupert grows. I think Farage will leave, yes. I'm mental too, Lewis, says Mom. I think that's why I enjoy watching and listening to you. Yeah, that's my target audience are people who think they're mental. I don't think you're mental. But if you think you're mental, I think you might say, you know what, yeah, maybe that's my target audience. We have international law, but we don't have intergalactic law. So technically, an astronaut terminates another astronaut, it would be legal. Couldn't you say that plane is an American plane and it happens in America? I think. We are all on the same side. Pick a side. I mean, I'm on Nigel Farage's general side. Okay. Even though what I said about him, I don't know. I think it came across as being a bit hard. One of the reasons I'm not on GB News is I called him a phony. Possibly that could be what he is. What he is a phony. Um, I mean, is he a phony? I think the point is that by giving the state of by giving every state two votes automatically, even the smallest states, two votes. Okay? Then what that does is that takes away Janet means culturally. You're not a cultural English person? Well, what does that mean? Do you live in England? You know, did they let you out of the house? Then you're a cultural person. I hate it that Nigel does a runner as soon as he loses, then comes back for more another time. He's an organizer. You got to respect the guy for being a great organizer. Spock, phaser bones. It's legal, technically. Aye, Captain. Oh, phaser bones. Yeah, kill bones. It's legal, technically. Aye, Captain. Has that been discussed up in space? Up in Star Trek? Was that an episode of Star Trek? No, Lewis. Geez. Where do you live again? I forget where you live. I don't remember. I'm not hunting you down. Have you dried your hair? Oh, talking about Nana. She seems English to me. Hi, Lewis. How's your day been? It's better that you were here. We're having a good day. We've got a few new people and we've got a lot of old people. Just watching as I'm feeling a bit newsed out as I'm being voyeuristic. Yeah, I'm a bit newsed out too. I don't know if the Americans are going to support what's going on in Iran. I don't know. Claire, as the Norwegian fisherman keeps misbehaving, pressures will then grow on parties to have more and more draconian policies. Who is the Norwegian fisherman until we become even more extreme right? Who is the Norwegian fisherman? Is that Keir Starmer? We got a big oil terminal on Shetland. Lots of barrels pass through, although not as many these days. They built a large wind farm here recently. Yeah, problem is you don't have that many people up there voting. How many people live in the Shetland Islands? I would guess. I don't even know. How many do you have? I live in Torquay, that's right, and was born in Penge. I'm a white old lady. You're not old to me. You're not old to me. And you're beautifully beige. You're not white. You're delicious. 22,000 people live in the Shetland Islands. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. And you're like islands off the coast of America. You know. Hey, lovely daughter. You good? Says Joe. Joe is speaking to Chartel. Nana is English. She was born in Newcastle upon Tyne. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, eventually you become English. But, a case was made the last time that maybe I'm wrong. In the U.S., just like with Australia, the people who are distinguished between the natives and the non-natives. If an English person like Connor Tomlinson says, I'm a native, he's racist. What? Why would that be? I don't understand. Why would that be? Is he was he born in England? Yeah, I mean, he's racist. Is he just he makes a racial distinction, but not in the way that they would use racial distinctions. Like in America, you have black people and white people who call themselves American. Norwegian fishermen are the invaders, the Vikings. Okay. I didn't know what you were talking about, Andrew. Thank you for explaining that. Nana is not English. Come on. I mean, I know it's hard to believe because you guys have just basically had mass immigration over the last 30 or 50 years. You haven't lived with it. It wasn't a core principle of the country is mass immigration, which is you didn't have it voted on, and I guess it's hard to get a handle on it. The left called him racist when he says he's a native Englishman. Yeah, because they don't want white people to say that they're a race. I didn't know that the white people called him that. They don't want the white people to say that. I called my nana. I called my nana that as she was Geordie. That I called her. I called my nana. Nana. Let's say Nana. Daz. Hey, let's like and subscribe. That's really important to me to like and subscribe so we can get more people, so we can get recommended. I mean, we need to be recommended. And also, I mean, I know I don't ask for this in a strong way, but if you guys can contribute to the to Kofi, buy the stream a drink. If you can, go to Patreon or PayPal at Lewis Schaffer. For example, Idris Elba is native to Africa, but he was born and raised in English. He's English. By saying he's not native to England shouldn't be racist. Well, this is Rusty. I understand that. I agree with that, but that's the problem with this country is even the people who are native to the country, okay, are not native. The Angles and Saxons and Jutes and Celts all came from different, and Vikings and Normans, they all came from different parts of the world. Peter Gwynn says, I like Nick, Dixon, Cox, Schaefer, and Josh and Leo. I've never watched GB News since they canceled. I mean, yeah, I miss it too. But we're here. Luckily, we're here. If you think Lewis Schaffer has any value, buy the stream a cup of coffee, says Kermit. Buy the stream a cup of coffee. Go to Ko-fi, Ko-fi.com, Lewis Schaffer, or donate to Patreon. How about that? Or PayPal, or follow on Twitter. Here's Lewis Schaffer on Twitter. Can you see that right here? And Kermit's right. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We all came from Noah's Ark, says Keith Morthen. I think, you know what? If they fight for England, if they support the English people, if they believe in England, then they're English. That's what I would say. But I might, if you don't believe that, I can understand you don't. The main town on Shetland, Lerwick, has a population of 5,000. There's been a large yacht berth at Victoria Pier for weeks. Apparently, it's owned by an Australian. Where's Joodles? Joodles is not coming back anymore. Oh, wait a second. She came back yesterday. I don't know. Where is Joodles? Maybe she's just watching. Maybe she's still mad at me. I hope she's not mad at me. But I hope she comes back. You might know more than I know. Do you know the answer to that question? We can't believe no more. It's destroying us. Yeah. But I thought she forgave me and came back. I don't know if she forgave me. She did come back. I mean, have you forgiven me, Lucy? You don't need to forgive me to come back. You can hate me and come back if you like the other people in the stream. I don't care. You don't have to love me to be here. But it'd be nice if you did. I love the way you read everything. I write better than AI. Well, yeah, this is people talking to me. You missed it. I said something that Joodles, the queen of the stream, took offense at, and Joodles got upset at too. And they said, whatever, and they got upset. My ancestors, great, great, great times 24, came from France. In 1214, I could be French. Are you French? You know, it's a good point. I don't think you are. I think if you live here, I think of it as similar to America, but maybe it's not America. If you love this country, you're English. If you don't love this country, even if you say you're English, you're not helping the country. What did you say to Judels for her to leave? I don't even remember. That's the thing. That's where I'm cruel and heartless. I'm cruel and heartless because I didn't say, I didn't. She's coming back Saturday. Yeah, she's on holiday in Spain. Yeah, she was on holiday in Spain, and hopefully she'll come back. Hopefully. I mean, if you hate me, you can still be here. Just try not to be too negative to me because I'm really sensitive. That's the point of this thing. Is it me or the cold weather again? I know. Is it me or is it cold weather again? It's cold weather. I think it is. Well, what is it? And it was so gray. It was horribly, horribly gray. Fang freezing here in Essex and rainy. Yeah. I mean, it's February. It's February. Um, the thermometer says good temperature, but the feeling is definitely cold. It does say good. It says today was 11 degrees. It's 11 degrees now. It feels 9 degrees. It's March. Sorry. It's March. Yeah. If you are born in China, live in China, speak Chinese, but your mom and dad are English, then you are Chinese with an RE. Is that true? They may not think you're English because if you have a very small percentage of people who are Anglo living there, they'll say, well, you're not Chinese because Chinese people look a certain way. But China also is an empire. It's got lots of different looking, or a few different looking people. It seems most MPs have had the last of their common sense removed, Vatnai says. Labour MPs have gone a step further and have their brains replaced by one cloned from Neil Kinnock or a scarecrow. Yeah, but you have to love the country. I will never be negative to you, Lewis. I will shower you with attention. I didn't ask for attention. I asked for love. You don't have to shower me with attention. But thank you very much, Claire. You are sorry. What am I? What am I? What am I? If you're born in China and live in China, speak Chinese, but your mom and dad are English, it's a very difficult question. What happens if you look very different than the predominant ethnic group in the country? I live in a very well insulated house. It's very rare I have my heating on. No joke. I have my windows open, enjoying the breeze. It's 17 degrees. I enjoy 17 to 19 degrees. Well, like here. It's 20, I think it's 24 degrees. Let me see what what we say here. What we say here. This says 25 degrees. It's 24.7. Can you see that? The top number. The bottom number is the humidity. It should say 24.7. Chartel likes it like it's hot. Chartel says, I love you, Lewis. There you go. That's what I like to hear. You don't have to love Lewis Schaffer to be on this stream. You don't have to. You can like other people here. I've tried to make it a warm place. Current desk temperature here in Northampton is 19.3 degrees at 51% humidity. Outside, it's 11 degrees. So you're warm. You're 19 degrees. That's good. I'm not wearing a jumper, though I found the jumper right here. Did I show you? The jumper is COS, C-O-S. Is that a good brand? I found it. Are you from Essex? Found a Chartel 77 from there, not being stalky. You're being a bit stalky. That's a bit stalky. You can be stalky, but don't tell anybody you're being stalky. It was the question I asked on Nana's show when she asked the guy if she was English. If she was English. Yeah, it's a good question. It's a good question. And the way America became strong is they became an empire. And they made people believe in the empire. The problem is when you've got a Hungarian empire that's called Hungarian, and you're not Hungarian, you can never really feel a part of it. Or let's say the Russian Empire, and you're not Russian. Janet Wickford. Let's let's not. Only be we let's I don't want to be responsible. Don't Let's not dox ourselves. Okay. There we go. There we go. Near Basildon, Wickford. You're Wickford. Near Basildon. Is Wickford near Basildon? I'm in high flying, slummy, crappy Portsmouth. Slum crappy Portsmouth. Yeah. Doesn't sound that great, but and some of those other places don't sound that great either. You could be I don't think Basildon doesn't sound that great. Or does it sound good? My cousin was born in Hong Kong, but he's not Asian. Yeah, but eventually eventually with enough intermarrying, you become Asian. Lewis, it's fine. Okay, good. Okay, I'm afraid. Don't dox, please. Janet's from Basildon. Chartel. My son lives in Wickford. Okay. And now you live down there in Taunton. So tonight, let's talk about what's going to happen tomorrow in advance. Is tomorrow I'm filming, so I'm not going to be here tomorrow. Okay? Until late. Probably we'll do a show at 9 o'clock tomorrow. We can't do a late show tonight because I got to go to sleep because I got to be up at 3. Not that I'll fall asleep. I'm going to try my best to fall asleep. I'm going to try to go to sleep around 9 o'clock and sleep till around 2:30. My favorite quote by Donald Trump is when he said to Kim Jong-un, "Oh yeah, I have a big red button on my desk too, but mine is bigger and my one works." Oh my God, he's like a comedian. That's so funny. It's a big it's a bigger. He's got a lot more nuclear weapons, you know. Janet, I'm 49 laughing. Was years ago. Whatever. Yeah, you're 49. Beautiful. That's a perfect age for Lewis Schaffer. 49, 45, 54, 64, 74, 84. These are the perfect ages for Lewis. If you love Lewis Schaffer will love you. And I think that's advice we could take from everybody. If you love each other, you'll be loved. Benjamin Franklin said that. He said, love and be lovable. When you love someone, the problem is people lose the loving feeling and the love doesn't come back, and then they get more unloving, and then less love comes back, and that's where hate comes in. I'm trying my best to be loving. Anybody who knows me knows how much anger, how much I'm a small, little, bitter man. I don't know, is the screen blurry? Is this blurry? Because I've got this thing here. Maybe that's causing a bit of blurriness. Let's try this. How about that? Um, Janitor's family in Vange. In Vange. I love you, Vange. I love Vange. The screen appears to be shimmering. Yeah, it does. Elite Elixir. Is it shimmering now? Why would it be shimmering? Why would it be shimmering? That's making me unhappy to see this. Maybe I need more. Maybe I need a brighter light. Maybe a brighter light. Hold on a second. I'm going to turn on the other light. I think it needs more light. Scott says that's because my famous comedian, international film star, supporting artist, and TV celebrity recently seen on GB News. I love that thing. I've got the pangolin virus. Who has the pangolin virus? Scott does. Just remember, whenever they say virus, they're lying. This is what I believe. You don't have to believe me. You can believe in viruses. It happens. It happens if I film my computer monitor. Maybe you got the microwave on. No, the microwave's in the other studio. I hope not. Trump at 79 gives us all hope that as we age, we don't need to stop getting on with things. It doesn't need to stop us getting on with things. Yeah, you're right, Vestanor. He is an inspiration to me. If someone is born on a boat out at sea, can they be in any nationality? What are the laws around that? Like, say, a boat out in the middle of in the Atlantic. What happens? That's a good question. Can I check that out, MJ Tiger Fang? Let's see what the answer is. Are born on a boat. Where is your nationality? On a ship. A boat is different than a ship. Here's the answer to that question. Are you ready? Are you ready, everyone? Here's the answer to that question. Are you ready? A baby born on a ship typically takes the nationality of their parents. A baby born on a ship typically takes the nationality of their parents. A baby born on a ship typically takes the nationality of their parents. A baby born on a ship typically takes the nationality of their parents. A baby born on a ship typically takes the nationality of their parents. A baby born on a ship typically takes the nationality of their parents. A baby born on a ship typically takes the nationality of their parents. I'm not sure about this. All right, thank you, Vestanor. We'll see you later. Thank you for joining us. We hope Vestanor joins again. I'm not going to live on this ship. No, I don't know. What the heck is going on? What the heck is going on? Did I ever go to a doctor? Oh, this is Vatanai asking Janet. It's back to normal now. I think it didn't have enough light. I think I needed more light. Madness. Don't do what again? What's happened? Oh, I see. Is there still echo going on? Okay. It's back to normal, but okay. Okay. Echo. Okay, I'm sorry. I had the echo thing on. I never saw the Matrix film. I missed you. Russ Maneve is here. Where is your comment? I didn't see your comment. Where was Russ's comment? What time did it come in there, Russ? Richard Phillips is here. Good to see you, Richard. My dryer, due to a fault, is a genius. As water leaks into the filter with all the lint, making it wet, sometimes moldy, but it means my dryer won't catch fire. You got to fix that. I've seen the videos. Trump is a teetotaler, never drank and didn't smoke, but he did have McDonald's. He was like a major fast food junkie. Um, what time, Russ? What time was the message so I can read it, Russ? We all realize, I hope, that the nut tightens on that as the nut tightens on Iran, that the Prime Minister refusal to prescribe IRGC as a terrorist organization will allow them to seek asylum here as train their soldiers, or that these are trained soldiers they're bringing into the country. Yeah, maybe it's right. Yeah, it's very scary. It's really scary. Like what I said, we need someone to scream, basically. Let's scream. Russ, tell me what time I missed your comment. Don't mention McDonald's. Oh my God, I want one. A Big Mac. I used to eat that, but I can't eat it because of the carbs and then the sauces made with toxic seed oils. Hey Andy, saw some of that earlier. Is someone going to be in Parliament screaming at the Prime Minister? I don't think that that's what happens here. I think it was somebody else that said that, not me. Not you, Rusty. My friend Russ Maneve. Russ Maneve. 3 minutes ago, he wrote that I didn't see his message, and I try to read everybody's messages, basically. I prefer Burger King, or if there was one nearby, a Five Guys. I think Five Guys is better, but you have to remember that it's cooked meat, and cooked meat, I don't eat cooked meat as much as, especially a cooked beef burger, because you can't get it red and raw. And that's how I eat it, Lewis. Lewis, you were great and handsome. Okay. It comes to war on the streets of the UK. I'm going to help win it. Okay. A double cheeseburger. I would go and have a triple cheeseburger with one piece of bread. My favorite items are a double sausage and egg muffin. And I eat one half of the muffin. Or I might eat both halves and I'll just say, you know what, I'm going to kill myself. Five Guys is so expensive, like 10 pounds a burger. You are right. It's really expensive. It's really expensive. And it's got a lot of, it reminds me of an American style hamburger, like a fresh hamburger. But, I mean, the way we used to cook it. And now I don't cook it as much. I make a mean sausage and egg muffin. Yes, well, you invite me over. I will eat one of those. Five Guys, even I was told, is halal. Remember that halal meat is just the way you kill it. And they don't stun the animal, they just kill it. You know, I mean, you can't trust those guys to be, you don't trust halal food to be halal. Kosher food you could trust or should trust. Dad says, yeah, Five Guys is good, but yeah, very expensive. It is really expensive. Big Mac sauce is surprisingly easy to make. Yeah, I've seen the videos on that. You know, what is it? It's made with relish. It's made with ketchup and mayo and relish. If I go and bring some 0% lager, it's a deal. It's a deal. All right, good. We don't need to drink. Five Guys is halal, cruel, religious food, and I won't eat it. It's not cruel. It's not cruel. Not that you can trust. I don't know if you can trust them to be. Kosher food is like when they kill the animal, the knife has to be super sharp. Otherwise, the animal's not considered kosher. Yet again, I can see Tiger Fang on the chat by Lewis, but not on the chat on my computer. It happens every time. I can't catch his attention by putting his chat name down. Who are you trying to? Who? Vatanai. I don't like that. I don't like that I'm being blocked. Now that's returned, Lucy. There is no such thing as toxic seed oils. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. First of all, there's seeds that are inherently toxic, and they take the oil from it, and then they add hexane, and they make it less toxic. And it's got tons of omega-6, and it's not good. Why don't you think that that's true, Lucy? I wonder how kosher pickles become kosher. Are they blessed by a rabbi? That's a good point. I don't think there is such a thing as a kosher. That's a good point. How are kosher pickles made? Google that and give me the answer. I had a McMuffin today and a small ice cream and coffee. Yes. Yes. Chartel says to Janet, all right, listen to me. I'm going to thank everybody. I don't want my meat blessed by Islam. I mean, it's just a reminder that, you can't even eat your own food. They don't want you to eat your own food. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. What's the point of stabbing it in the neck when there are alternative ways of doing it? Totally pointless. No, the point of stabbing it in the neck is that's what is the best way? You're stunning the animal, and then the animal feels pain, and then it's like a knife, which is draining the blood away, and you go, I'm not feeling that good, and then you die very quickly. Good point. Well, what is the problem with that? I don't eat only kosher meat, but I think kosher meat is probably some of the best meat. The idea of stunning the animal, I'm not sure. I think that they might be made with kosher salt, which is used to dry out meat during the production of kosher meat. Yes, but is it a plan? I'm going to Google it and then we'll say goodbye. Made with heavy garlic and dill in a natural salt brine. Are kosher pickles then not necessarily kosher in the religious sense? There you go. I knew that. I said that. I was thinking that. They're kosher soda, but the label primarily describes the flavor. They're not exactly kosher. So maybe they shouldn't be allowed to use that. Basically. I worked on a farm. Hold on. I'll get back to you in a second. I worked at a farm, says Daz, and they cut the sheep's throat. I couldn't watch. Yeah, it's a horrible way to die. It's a horrible, horrible way to die. But how do animals die? Have you seen the videos of how animals die in the wild, being their necks ripped? The problem is that it's for Muslims who don't eat halal, who don't eat non-halal. Most fast food, hospital, schools, etc. serve it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to thank everybody here who's been here. Okay. And Russ Maneve is at 25. Where did Russ go? He didn't write down what I missed. Alan Williams is at 24. Army of M, beautiful, beautiful Army of M is at 23, and beautiful, beautiful Chartel look at beautiful Chartel is at 22. Beautiful, beautiful. Warmellian is at 21. John Van Dam's at 20. Hi-Ho Kermit's at 19. Beautiful hi-ho. Hey, make sure you like and subscribe, everybody. MJ Tiger Fang is at 18. Keith More Than is at 17. Peter Glynn is at 16. And Vestinor is at 15. Thank you for coming in. Vatanai is at 14. Lucy Van Pelt. Everybody welcome and say, good to see you, Lucy. I love Lucy. Is at 13. I'm not going to say that as many times as I have in the past. But because I still love her as much as I always have. But, okay. Richard Phillips is 12. Andrew Rubin is 11. That's the Jewish, is that the Jewish, I'm not sure. 10 is Joe Warrior Princess. Mom is 9. My beautiful mom. Alex. Can I call you Mummy? 8 is Alex. 7 is Keith Bexley. 6 is Elite Elixir. Janet is 5. Daz is 4. Rusty Brown is 3. I See You is number 2. And the winner is Claire. Congratulations, Claire. Thank you, I See You. Thank you very much. So it's been a great, great, great stream. It's been a great, great, great stream. Okay, so let's just go back. Okay. No hard feelings. Let's not have any about any point of view, except if you attack me and the Jews and Donald Trump and anything that I believe. But if you want to hate each other, Joodles, I think she might be in transit. I don't know where she is. She could be sleeping. We don't know. She was here yesterday or the day before. Wasn't she not? She did return. I hope she'll return again. We will see her again. Where is Noam? I don't know where Noam is. I don't know. Well, we'll see. I'll send a message to Noam. Send a message to Noam and see what he's doing. This has been the best show. Is everybody going to write down what is the number? I forgot the number. There we go. That's the number. And so no 10 o'clock show tonight. No 10 o'clock show. RJ77M. Who is RJ77M? That's another new name. Good to see you, RJ. Mom says 27. Elixir Scott says 26. You don't need to put the number next to it. What does the K mean? Joe Warrior Princess says 31. Chartel says 29. No. Janet says 31. Daz says 22. No. Okay. Lucy says 25. Joe says we still haven't come up with the winner yet. So the next person who writes the winner, anybody who's written something can take a second guess. I have to watch auditing videos or Judge Judy, says Vatanai. Car boot videos for me, says Alex. Janet is the winner again at 30. And Chartel, I guess you came both at the same time, 6:32. And so Chartel and Janet win. They win. The correct number is 30. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, everybody. We will see you tomorrow night at about 8:30 or 9 o'clock. Okay, I might be earlier, I might be later. I don't know. I cannot guarantee the time. But go to Twitter. Make sure you're on Twitter over here. Can you see Twitter? Lewis Schaffer at Twitter. Great show, TTFM. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you very much. Work is hard for me. I'm going to try to keep my mouth shut. I actually blocked you. when two people were trolling Lewis some time ago, and because the messages were scrolling, it clicked wrong guy. Okay, well, welcome back. I don't really understand that, but welcome back. Everybody, give RJ a round of applause. The show is over right now. We hope to see you tomorrow at about 8:30 or 9. Always go to Twitter to see what time it's going on. Also, or Discord or whatever. Pat Benatar, yeah, it's the last show. Lucy, we will see you another time. Thank you very much for coming, everybody.